Hello, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Cassandra and I create videos on productivity, journaling, and the occasional travel and living abroad vlog. And in today's video, I am doing a mid-year bullet journal flip through to show you all what my bullet journal has looked like over the past 6 months. Let's dive into it. So we are using the Rhodia Goalbook in this beautiful purple color. This is the first time that I'm using a Rhodia Goalbook, and in the beginning I didn't really like it, but now I'm kind of obsessed with this book. So in the beginning of my bullet journal, I have set up my cover pages, my future log. Here I have quarterly planning and my 2025 goals, and then we jump right into January, and January's theme was like a 90s internet. If you are also a millennial, then you'll know some of these doodles that I included at the bottom with the AOL Instant Messenger character and Internet Explorer. And in January, I used some really fun Dutch door spreads because I felt like that is how I wanted to organize my weeks, and it was a great way to kind of consolidate everything and combine also the personal with all of the work tasks that I needed to do. February was probably one of my favorite spreads. I was going for a lunchbox theme, and I don't know if you can tell in this video, but a lot of those little like the milk carton or the piece of bread, those were actually drawn on another piece of paper, and then I cut it and pasted it into the spread. So in February, I added a budget tracker. I also kept up with a Dutch door spread again, and kind of was going for like a picnic blanket theme for the first 2 weeks. And then in the last 2 weeks of February, I switched it up and drew my weekly spread completely horizontal. I didn't really like this way of doing things. It was okay, but I don't know if I would actually repeat a spread like this. After February, of course, I always include a February review, and now we are jumping into March. In March, I wanted to do something spring-esque without doing flowers, so I chose butterflies. So this is my March calendar spread. This is where I write down my activities that I did, my budget tracker, which clearly it looks like I actually didn't track my budget for March. And then I had 2 different spreads that I played with during the month. I had this one where I had one side which was set up with my events and notes, and then the other side with like my daily tasks. And then when I got really busy, I actually just took a sheet of paper and cut it in half. This is like part of a stationery set that I got gifted, and it was fun because I was able to just cut it in half and then paste it into my bullet journal, and everything was already set up for me. I like this spread because it is an easy way for me to just copy paste everything in without drawing it. Now for April, I wanted to go for a museum vibe, so it was kind of like art museum and really looking at like paintings. I'm not totally sure how we did. I started to incorporate some more paper scraps and like 3D pieces into my bullet journal, and I thought that was really fun, but then I actually realized that when I incorporate 3D aspects into my bullet journal, it's really hard to actually write on the pages later, so I won't be doing any more 3D like buttons or wax seals or anything like that. I'm just sticking with doodles, paper, maybe washi tape, and keeping it simple from there. So you'll see in April, I kept the same spread that I have now been obsessed with. Actually, I did this for most of the year, where one side of the bullet journal has my events and notes, and then the other side has my daily tasks for the week. And then I have my April review, and then we are going into May. So the inspiration behind May's theme is because I really got into sewing that month, so I thought, ooh, patchwork, let's do it. And I love the patchwork theme, but then I think I just got really overwhelmed with trying to keep up with the patchwork theme throughout the whole entire month, and it just got really busy. So you'll see in the May calendar, it already looks like a lot. The budget tracker, it also looks like a lot. And then I tried to keep up with it during the weekly spreads, and it started to also feel like a lot for me. I wanted something where I could still express my creativity, but maybe not have to draw everything out all the time. You'll see in May, I kept up with the same types of spread where one side events, weekly tasks, and then any habit trackers. And here is where I actually built in a 2-spread Dutch door for 2 weeks. And this is when I was hosting, or not really hosting, but part of my first in-person market here in Toledo, where I tracked my inventory and then also my sales. Since I didn't want to do it digitally, I did it in my bullet journal. My June spread is what I like to call grandma core. This is actually inspired by my grandparents who have passed. When I was looking at photos of them, I saw a lot of different like paisley, flowers, teapots is what I think about. I drew in a little bit of eucalyptus oil. And I think I was just hit with like a wave of grief thinking about my grandparents. So I wanted to represent that in my bullet journal, not the grief part, but just like remembering them and really honoring their presence. During the month of June, I actually took a week off. So we totally skipped a week and I adapted my weekly spread to match the days that I was working and the days that I weren't. And here is my June review. I still have yet to fill it in, so I need to do that. We've got celebration, key moments, what I loved, challenges, reflection, a stop, improve, start section, any pending tasks that I need to carry over, my June lessons, and of course, my July goals. And that's it for my mid-year bullet journal. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope to see you soon.